Good morning and welcome to episode 1 of my postgrad diary. Today I will be taking you through a typical day in my life after completing my undergrad studies and answering one of the questions I get asked the most. How did you land your internship? For context, I'm a supply chain intern for a lighting company where my day-to-day work mainly consists of inventory management and product forecasting. I landed this role in my final year of undergrad, but I first started applying way back in July of the previous year. If your job search sounded like mass applying to all sorts of roles with a generic resume, you are not alone. That was what I did at first, and all I got were constant rejections, one after the other, despite sending out maybe over 100 applications. What actually started getting me interviews was when I focused on roles that matched my experiences and interests, then tailoring my resume to each job description. From the description, I looked at the responsibilities, qualifications, and keywords to adjust my bullet points and show how my experiences aligned with what they were looking for in a candidate. The biggest difference, though, was applying early and making sure that I submitted my application within 24 hours of the job posting. If you've ever been on LinkedIn, you've probably seen positions showing that over 100 people clicked apply. You don't want your resume to be buried under a mountain of other resumes. So I turned on notifications from LinkedIn and job alerts from company websites that would notify me by email about recently posted roles. Now, I usually start the day by checking emails and performing updates. A lot of my work involves collaborating with my team members to maintain the forecast, so if I'm not analyzing data in Excel, I'm either in meetings or one-on-ones to handle a request. What I like the most about being an intern is having the chance to learn things that you wouldn't learn in a classroom setting. You get to see how meetings work, how decisions are made, and how to communicate to different audiences. The best part is because you are an intern, everyone is more willing to answer your questions and provide you with feedback on your work. And don't worry if you studied something different from the role or career field you want to go into. My undergrad program was not related to supply chain or business, and many positions are open to various programs or if you have related experience instead. All in all, I think the most important aspect is being able to translate your experiences and showing the impact you have made through your work. It's time to clock out. I'm now heading out to drop off some mail at the post office and then do a little shopping. Currently, I'm in the car and we are about to head back home. There was a sale at Aritzia today, so I got a couple of shirts and then we went to this noodle place for dinner. Guys, I was so hungry that I forgot to record it before I took a bite. And then there was this really cute store nearby that had a lot of stationery. So here is a little haul for you guys to show you everything that I got. Something I've started doing since finishing my courses is learning languages. Without having to stress over studying for exams anymore, I've been using the free time during my evening to build a consistent language learning routine. I start by setting up my materials where I have a book on grammar, my note-taking journals, and a vocabulary log to record new words from shows or vlogs in the language I'm learning. Today, I will be spending some time learning Mandarin. Recently, I have been following a textbook I found online, and I've also been working through HSK 1 material. For those of you who aren't familiar with HSK, it is a standardized test of proficiency that China uses for official processes such as university admissions and work visa applications. For me, I feel that following this structured curriculum works the best in helping me stay on track in my language learning journey. Right now, I'm writing down a list of common radicals that are used to form Chinese characters. It's kind of like learning the building blocks of the language. Because there are so many characters to memorize, sometimes it's easier to remember when you recognize patterns and components that show up more frequently than others in everyday conversation. That's pretty much what a typical day in my life looks like right now. I hope some of the advice was helpful, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.